Hiya, true believers! Hey, Mark Walters here once again, and bringing you a little haul video of, well, this is a lot of different stuff. I've got an eBay order that I just got in. I've been very carefully shopping a little bit on eBay and looking for sellers. There's certain sellers out there that if you look for them, they'll offer really low shipping, and then sometimes, they'll combine shipping. I've found guys that are like, $3 plus a quarter for each additional book. So you can get quite a few books for not a lot of money. And of course, if you buy more, it makes a lot more sense. And some of these guys are starting out bids really, really low. So I've managed to pick up a few cool things without spending a ton of money. So I'll start off with an eBay order, and then I'm going to go into some bargain box books that I picked up, which there's quite a few. So I'm going to go pretty fast because I want this to be a short video. But hope everybody's doing well, and yeah, we'll get started here. This is my eBay order. This is all one order. This is $25 total. And here's what I got. Batman number 436. This is year 3, part 1. First appearance, Tim Drake. Always a good book to have. Batman number 424. This was kind of a controversial book because Jason Todd, Robin, there's an event that happens which is very much teased on this cover with what's going on here. And the events of the book were kind of controversial too. The last 2 pages in particular caused a bit of, well, some of the fans didn't love it, but it's a good book to have. And it's cool because there's like no big villain, there's no big event. It's just a cool story. Jim Starlin wrote it. Uncanny X-Men, or I guess it was just called X-Men at the time, instead of Uncanny X-Men, which is always confusing. Number 193, 100th anniversary of the new X-Men team. John Romita Jr. art. Always a good book to have. Now we're talking Uncanny X-Men number 200. Also John Romita Jr. Avengers number 211. I think this is a new team lineup, if I'm not mistaken. Voltron number 1. I just picked it up because there's talk of a new Ultron movie coming out, and, why not? Old Man Logan number 1. Good book to have, especially with Logan being so popular. Deadpool, The Mercs for Money number 1. I guess any Deadpool book right about now is good to have, right? Supergirl number 5. I think this is from the Bronze Age run. Just a cool looking Supergirl book. I'm a sucker for any Superman, Supergirl stuff. Captain America 600. There were several different covers of this. This is the Steve Epting cover, I believe. Pretty nice. Captain America 600. The Alex Ross cover. A very, very nice cover. So yeah, all those were all together $25. Not bad. And then this is just a bunch of different bargain boxes pulls that I had. I love this cover. It's one of my favorite Brian Boland covers. Sometimes Action Comics would have really cool, just random covers. This is Action Comics number 571. Look at that. That's just awesome. Look at Clark Kent, the half robot, half Clark Kent, in the only way that Brian Boland could pull it off. Great cover. That was a buck. X Factor number 63. Anybody know the significance of this? This is the first Will Spertasio art on X Factor. Wills did several issues of X Factor and then went on to do Uncanny X-Men. Legends of the World's Finest. Walter Simonson, Dan Brereton, deluxe format, DC book, thick, very, very cool book. I've had this book several times through the years, but I always pick it up if I can find it cheap. Batman number 21 from the New 52 run. Always a good book to have. Not a lot of artwork on that cover. I think it's the first appearance of, or it's an appearance of, is it Professor Death or something Death? I don't remember. Batman number 25. Not a lot of artwork on that cover either. All black. Kind of reminds me of that Solar number 10 cover. And yeah, those things are not very fingerprint friendly. Or I guess you could say they're very fingerprint friendly. Superman, Wonder Woman #1, definitely a good book to have. Tony Daniel artwork. Some of you may know about this. All New X-Men #20. This, I believe, is the X-23 joins the X-Men team. There's been some debate about what book that actually happens in, because somebody had said it was an issue of Uncanny X-Men, somebody else said it was an issue of like X-Men Legacy, I think. This, I believe, is the definitive. This is X-23 joining the X-Men for the first time. But if you're going to pick that book up, and you should, because it's one of those, you know, moments you probably want to keep, you also want to probably track this one down. This is All New X-Men #19. And the reason you want to track this down is because she's all through this issue. They're helping her out. And the last page is kind of the big reveal of who she is. So it leads directly into #20. So you really should get 19 and 20 together if you can. Detective Comics #19. This was one of those, it was in a $1 box, and it's just a cool 80-page issue. I believe it's the 900th issue of Detective Comics, like in theory, if you go by old school numbering. And it's a $7.99 book, so when you can find it in a $1 box, it's absolutely worth picking up. Really cool. Like, it's kind of hard to tell, but the colors on here like really pop. Really nice Jason Fabok artwork. This is a good book to have. Batman #28. This is the first Batman Eternal. Any kind of first appearance Batman book is always worth tracking down. Hawkworld Annual #1 from 1990. Tim Truman cover. You got Hawkman, Hawkgirl, and the Flash. Just a nice looking annual. And because it was Hawkworld, not a ton of them out there. I've been seeing these cheap, and I pick them up every time I do because I just think they're always good books, and these are in really good shape. But Daredevil, just random issues, 226, 215, 214, 208, 201, Black Widow appearance on that one, and 220. I always like that cover. And I'm seeing them really cheap. I don't know why. I mean, Daredevil's a solid book, I think, at any price. Also, these, I got these in a 50-cent box. These are Fairest, all Adam Hughes covers, #25, #24, I'm sorry, 26, #24, that was what I thought was next. #23, maybe I should put them in order. #22, always like that cover. Oh, there's another Daredevil. I accidentally forgot to include that in the last stack. This is from the Children's Crusade crossovers, Arcana, The Books of Magic, Annual 1, Vertigo Annual from 1994. Not a lot of these out there. A lot of these Vertigo annuals are pretty low printed. It's not worth anything, technically, if you look it up in guide, but if you find a completist or someone that's collecting Vertigo, they're just not easy to come by, especially if they're in really good shape. Impulse #1. I apologize if I seem tired. I've been up for about 48 hours, and I've got some bags to prove it. But I'll explain that at the end of the video. Exo Man of War #1 from the New Valiant. I think these were in a $1 box, if I remember correctly. Oh, this was a 50-cent. Yeah, they're all mixed up. I don't know. This was a 50-cent buy. Starman #1. I always pick these up. I like these Starman issues. There's a lot of cool crossovers in those too. Wolverine Origins #29. Just a cool Mike Deodato cover. All those Wolverine Origins books are starting to heat up. I just love this cover. It's one of those books I've probably had and sold or lost several times. X-Men #8. Really cool Bishop cover and Ghost Rider appearance. Always like that cover. Spectacular Spider-Man Annual #12. I just picked it up because that guy makes an appearance. And you know, any Venom book is worth grabbing. If you are a Batgirl fan, you've probably heard the news that they're going to be making a Batgirl movie. Joss Whedon is going to direct. Get this book if you don't already have it. This was when they kind of revamped, retooled the appearance and the concept of Batgirl. Babs Tarr took over on the artwork. It's already gone into multiple printings. This was the first like new direction for it. Get that book, I'm telling you. And last but not least, Secret Origins featuring Rogue's Gallery of the Flash. I just always like this book because it's a really cool Mike Mignola cover. It's actually an homage to Carmine Infantino, a classic Flash cover. But, because, you know, Flash is super hot right now. So, good book to have if you can find it. And these are in great shape. I actually picked up 2 of these. So, that's it. That's all I got. Just kind of a random mixed bag of bargain box stuff and some eBay books. So want to thank everybody that's been subscribing and leaving comments on my channel. When I record these videos, I'm typically on like 48 hours of no sleep, which is why I have the bags to prove it. But I just want to ask everybody a favor. My mother, God bless her, she's 75 years old, and she's one of the reasons I haven't been sleeping is because she's going to the hospital in the morning for heart surgery. It's like a valve replacement surgery. I'm sure she's going to be fine, but if you are so inclined, if you're the kind of person that will say prayers or just send good thoughts my way, I would appreciate it. Say a prayer for Helen Walters. I'm just a little freaked out by it, you know. I mean, she's a tough girl. I'm sure she's going to be fine, but you know, heart surgery is one of those things you can never predict how it's going to go. So that's been keeping me up. I don't even know if I'm going to sleep tonight, to be honest with you. But I wanted to make a video just to kind of, you know, get through some of that stuff and say thanks to everybody. And, of course, say what's up to Tito at Kingdom Comics. Appreciate him giving me shout-outs in the videos. And he just recently gave me a cool shout-out on a contest video, so I appreciate that. And, of course, Dr. Silverage, Dr. Von Chilla, Seeking Near Mint, Why Not Art, Mr. Rigor Mortis 86, Solid 4 ST Ben, QB Comic Addict, Alex the Comic Hoarder, All About Comics, Gizmote 17, The Chinist, Spidey Fan, Comic Book Villain, Fred Hall Direct, and SBT Killerwood. You guys are all doing awesome stuff. Keep it up. I love you. And hope you guys have a wonderful week, and hopefully I'll see you again sooner than later. Thanks, everybody.